Welcome to Unauthorized Media. We're back. Today, we got questionnaire for Jordy. Today, we asked Jordy some questions about anime. We got a long list of questions I get to finally ask Jordy.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
We get to ask him all these questions. Well, I get to ask him all these questions. So he's going to answer it all right, and then he's going to explain within a couple of sentences why. We got like 20 questions or so. So we're going to get through it. We're going to move on. And feel free to comment at the bottom. Please comment, like, and subscribe. With that being said,
understand, I am biased. I also ain't shit. You've been warned.
All right, with that being said, the first question is, who's your favorite male anime character?
Favorite, I'm going to give top 3.
No. Favorite one.
Favorite one?
Favorite one.
Is Vegeta.
Okay.
He is the first character that I saw on screen and instantly he was my favorite. And in my head, I was like, he's going to die because he's a villain. Because the very first time you see Vegeta is in Dragon Ball Z. You see him after they get the recording from Raditz, and they're like, hey, we're going to go to Earth. He steps out of his little pod, and I'm like, that's my dude. He's going to die, but that's my dude.
All right. Who's your favorite female character?
Favorite female character? I'm probably... Right now, I'm gonna go. At first, it was Bulma, because I need you to be able to help out and further the plot. And in Dragon Ball, she did that a lot. Mm-hmm. Here now, my favorite's probably Nico Robin.
Who?
Nico Robin from One Piece.
Okay.
No specific reason. Most people are gonna be like, "Oh yeah, because she's hot," and I'm like, "Yeah, she's hot." But I like how much nothing's going to phase her anymore. Like it just, not only is it is what it is, it's just I'm smart enough to know that this is my choices and this is where I'm gonna go.
Okay. What is your favorite anime track? Soundtrack.
Entire soundtrack or just song?
Soundtrack.
Shit. I've never had like these are great, because especially like the music in between like fight scenes or whatever has never really mattered that much to me. So an actual soundtrack, I guess I would give it to Bleach. Because those gospel singers when Ichigo starts winning, it's crazy to me. It just is.
Okay. Oh,
favorite opening is Smile Bomb for Yu Yu Hakusho.
How you know I was gonna do favorite opening? I was gonna go favorite opening, animation, plus animation. Yeah.
Well, opening sequence or track? Because track, Smile Bomb.
No. I'm just saying, just favorite opening, like opening of the story of not story, opening of the show.
Opening of the show, I would give it to.
Hold up.
Favorite opening, I can't give it to Black Clover because they have like 18 of them, and like you never see it long enough to care. The only reason this is such a hard question for me is because I skip openings and closings.
Fair enough.
So I'd probably give it to Rurouni Kenshin.
Speaking of which, they're doing a redo of his stuff.
I don't know if that was rumored or confirmed, fully confirmed that they're remaking Rurouni Kenshin. I don't like it. Don't do it.
Okay.
We can talk about that later.
Okay. What is your favorite ending song animation plus animation?
Only because it woke me up so many times in Inuyasha.
Okay.
Like Adult Swim, like if you were a really early anime fan, you can't tell me you did not wake up to that song playing at the end of the Inuyasha, waking up in the morning.
What is your favorite anime scene?
Favorite scene?
Yes.
Ooh, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yes. Come on.
Favorite scene is Nothing Happened.
What?
One Piece, Zoro takes on all of Luffy's pain from a previous fight, who is a rubber man. Like, Luffy is a rubber man, so he can take an immense amount of pain, and he did. Got his ass kicked. Zoro also got his ass kicked, was basically on death's door. A guy comes up, shoves all of Luffy's pain out of his body, and it's a giant bubble, puts it in front of Zoro and says, all right, well, if you don't want me to kill your captain, take all of his pain on, I won't kill him. Zoro jumps right in. No, actually, he throws a little piece of it at Zoro, and it rattles his body. And then Zoro takes a moment, he jumps right in. Full force jumps right in. The next thing we see is Sanji trying to find Zoro. Finds him. He's standing, arms folded. I have a shirt that I've worn here with that scene on it. His arms are folded. Sanji's like, hey, what's going on? There's blood everywhere. The ground is littered in blood. Zoro is standing there, just standing there, eyes wide open, looking forward. Sanji goes, what happened here? Zoro doesn't even look at him and says, nothing happened. To this day, he has not told. I'm so sure he has not told Luffy what he did that day. Like, no one knows what exactly happened there except Zoro. He's gonna take it to the grave.
Dang, that's intense.
It was legit.
That is intense. Oh wow. I did not expect that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, oh wow. Wow. Okay.
I'm gonna play that scene for you after we're done here.
If you could meet an anime character, who would it be?
If I can meet one, I'm going to go with somebody who has probably. Because the only thing I need this to do, I have to gain something from him. Because I'm not a fan. I like one of those fanboy people who's like, hey, I just want to meet you and be in your presence. Fuck all that. If I'm gonna meet you, I want to get something out of this. I mean, you get what I mean? I'm like, I don't care to just meet you. Like, I'm not going fangirl over like Beyonce or Ludacris either. I like, that's dope, but give me some money or something. So if I meet one person from anime, it's got to be someone that I can develop something from. So I'm gonna go Gohan from Dragon Ball Z. I think he's the best person to probably be able to teach a normal person how to gain key abilities. Because he does it for Videl. So.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And Master Roshi, I don't have time to convince you. I know human bitches is fine as hell, but you got to stop watching these Megan Thee Stallion videos, man, and teach me something.
Oh, okay. Oh wow. What anime character is most similar to you in the terms of personality?
Yami Sukahiro from Black Clover. Because we both take long shits and we both really don't want to be here.
Oh, Lord.
But the loyalty that that man has for like his day ones and the people that he chooses to be around him.
What's the king name?
Julius.
Yes.
Like that loyalty, I do feel like I only got 8 friends, and I fuck with them. Everybody else, y'all exist, but y'all are NPCs to me.
Oh. What is your least favorite thing about anime?
Least favorite is probably the absolute least favorite thing that I have for it is very obvious solutions to things that, like, anytime the solution would have been telling that person that they did something to you, I don't like literally if somebody comes up and they're like, hey, like no, you did this, and they're like, no, I didn't, and it's like, well, no, on the 31st this happened, and they're like, I don't have any memory of that, and it's like, or it's literally goes through and it's like, okay, all you had to do was tell Johnson that someone is coming to kill you, and that whole thing gets mitigated. Like, anytime the answer is literally just talking, like, just literally, like, you could have just said something to him, I don't like that.
What is your favorite thing about anime?
Absolute favorite thing would have to be, I'd say a well-drawn / choreographed fight. When I see something that mixes in hand-to-hand with whatever, like, magic or ki or abilities they have, when I see that's, like, really well done, because we've been on here, like, we've talked a little bit that, like, I really like MMA. I like seeing that. So when I see someone throw, like, hands while they have magic, I really like that, because it's one of those, like, everyone here has magic. That guy has magic and he throws hands. Like, I really like that, because I feel like no matter, like, if magic dropped into our world right now and I got some super kind of magic, I'm still not going to never punch you in the face. Like, it just makes no sense that, like, the beginning of humankind was hand to hand, and you're going to get completely rid of that. Like, it's like in war right now, if you run out of bullets, you still going to punch somebody in the face. And I don't understand when a show says, oh, I'm out of magic, that's the end of it. It's like, well, no. If he's still standing and he has magic, go punch that man in the face. That's part of the things that I liked about Naruto. At the end, when he fought Sasuke, and they were out of chakra, they started throwing just hands.
Okay. Who is your favorite anime couple?
Couple? You know, I'll go... I feel like it's cheap because you didn't really see them, like, as, like, a true couple. But I'm going Yusuke and Keiko. Just because Keiko, as much as she did not want Yusuke to be doing the super dangerous stuff that he was doing, Keiko from the jump was like, I get it. I can't stop you from doing this. I don't like it. But, hey, you have a different calling.
You're right, die.
Yeah, like and when Keiko was in trouble, she picked up a broom, and started throwing hands.
Who is your favorite anime animal?
Like pets and whatnot.
Yeah.
This is really hard for me because I don't like animals. Oh yeah, we haven't talked about that on this show, but I don't really mess with animals. But if I had to pick one, I'm gonna. I don't like Appa. He too big. That's a lot of food for Appa.
Oh,
you know what? It might be cheap. I don't know if you will accept this, but I'm taking Patamon from Digimon.
Oh, that animal found us. Yeah. Or
like,
you went Pokemon route either.
No,
yeah.
but I chose the better show. Yeah, I said it. Digimon was better than Pokemon.
Yeah, I agree.
It just is.
Yeah. Fair enough.
And he turns into a fucking angel. It makes no sense.
What is your favorite? What anime make you? Hold up. What anime would make a good game?
A good game.
Game, yes.
Ooh. I think an open world mission based Rurouni Kenshin would be fun. Where you go through as Batusai. Not Kenshin from the anime that we saw, but give me his training arc at the very beginning when he was learning the sword, when he was learning Hita Mitsurugi style, and then when he became Batusai the Slasher, and his events up to him deciding to just hang that up and be a wanderer. I think that'd be a really fun story to play through, and the sword fights that you could do would be epic.
I think an open world Digimon.
I think they have that.
They only got open world Pokemon.
I want to say there's like a Game Boy Advance open world Digimon.
No.
It's not open world. You're right. It's not, because the Digimon Frontier is what I was thinking they did it on. Because in Digimon Frontier, the kids became the Digimon. It was weird. So I think that would be the game for them to do that with that show. I think that would work really well.
Mm-hmm. What? Okay, this is backwards. So, what game would make a good anime? I think the current game you playing would make a good anime.
Kina, the Guardian of the Spirit?
No. God of War.
Oh, God of War would make a good anime. It definitely would. But I have no confidence in someone doing that.
No. I'm just
no confidence in somebody doing that.
Or what's the other? Or honestly, or Horizon. Not Zero Dawn, just Horizon.
I think Horizon, they would do that pretty well, because Horizon's, I think they would just focus on how beautiful the world is for Horizon, and I think they would cheapen her fights. Like, she was a really smart person and had really hard fights in some of those games, and it was like, I think they would cheapen that if they made that into a show. But I think the best option for it would be for them to go back to the start and do Mortal Kombat.
Really?
Because Mortal Kombat has so many different storylines and so much you can do with that.
That's true, but do you remember the anime series?
No.
On USA?
Not at all.
Oh, man.
Then apparently I'm right, because it already got one.
It was really good, but whatever happened, they cut it off. But it was really good.
And I think, for one, I think that's I've told someone recently that I think that's something Netflix should either do, is make an animated Mortal Kombat, or I wouldn't want them to do a live action Mortal Kombat. I was like, there's a lot of moving parts, and it would probably just be better for you to make an animated one. So
Did you check out the Tekken?
I did not. But at the same time, I've never played Tekken.
Fair enough.
Other than at like a friend's house, and they were like, "Hey, I'll beat you in Tekken," and I'm like, "Maybe."
No, okay. Fair enough. What was your first anime you ever watched?
Very first anime would have had to be something on Toonami, I think. So I think the first one I watched would have been I think it was Dragon Ball Z, because I think that came on before Yu Yu Hakusho. I started Dragon Ball Z, Yu Yu Hakusho, and Rurouni Kenshin, I think, all around the same time. So it was one of those three. Yeah, one of those three.
Do you think you'll ever stop watching anime?
Absolutely not. It does. let me put it this way. I literally had a girl who I was thinking about dating, and she straight up said she couldn't date someone who watched anime, and I stopped talking to her. Like completely stopped talking to her. Like immediately deleted her number out of my phone. I was like, well, that's the end of that.
You didn't even try.
She was cute as hell too.
You didn't even try. You never know.
No, I didn't.
You could have turned her.
She made her. She made a complete and total observation.
But you know how people talk outside of their
That
neck.
is what she decided. I respected her decisions because I'm a feminist.
Oh Lord! All right. What is your favorite anime drama? I'm sorry. Hold up. What is your favorite anime genre?
Genre.
I said drama.
I was like, let me think of dramas, man.
Genre.
I was like, that's gonna be hard. Genre isekais. I really like the aspect of someone from like our general world having to go into another world and use that information that he has here to continue finding a way to live in the other world.
What is your least favorite anime genre?
Slice of life.
What? Oh, slice of life. Okay.
Yeah, slice of life. I'm not that big on. Again, a lot of your problems in slice of life animes is just you didn't want to go talk to that person. Like, oh my God, I saw Thomas at the mall with some other girl and we're dating, and it was like, oh, well, go talk to Thomas. It's like, and then you find out at the end of the episode Thomas' cousin's in town, and it's like, why were we here? Why did this take 16 whole minutes to figure that out? Like,
yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, are you open about watching anime with people you know?
I am, but I've noticed that my favorite person to watch anime with is my best friend Sam, because we both played a lot of D&D, so we'll both, whenever we're watching things, we'll put people into character classes from D&D, and we'll just be like, oh, look, they're multi-classing in the rogue now. But I find myself a lot of times when I'm watching stuff with other people, I feel a lot of times stuff happens and I'm answering questions, because it's been multiple times where I'm like talking to someone about anime and I think a little deeper into what it is, because anytime someone does something in an anime, I don't like to go, oh, well, that was just plot, oh, that just furthered the plot. I like to go, okay, well, no, that person, if that's their real life, why did they do that? So then a lot of times people will be like, oh, well, she did this and whatever, and that was messed up. And I'm like, well, no, that was kind of par for the course because this, and this. But yeah, I like watching it with other people, especially if they're willing to, like, keep up on that same level. Like, I can't see myself, like, starting something with you and then you fall off and want to watch something else, because then you're going to be mad at me when you're like, oh, let's watch this. And I'm like, oh, I finished that.
This is why me and Jesse don't watch anime together.
It's like, cause I'm a run through it. I ran through One Piece pretty quick.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever been to Japan?
I haven't. My brother went and he asked me if I wanted to go. He was in the Navy. He asked me if I wanted to go, which I thought he was joking. Mainly because he asked me if I wanted to move to Japan, and I was like, no, I don't. But as much as I like anime, it's never been one of my, like, it's never been something I want to do, to like go to Japan or anything like that. It's just never been me.
What anime was the biggest letdown for you?
The biggest letdown.
So it look like you look like you done had a couple of letdowns.
Well, not that I've had a couple of letdowns. It's just that I feel like I take a lot of things with a grain of salt and I put them in categories. So I feel like I never go into a show expecting it to be something great when it's not.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I've never watched an anime and then gone and it's like, oh, well, that was an entirely, like, just a giant waste of time. But I finished it because my brain is stupid and wants to finish any show I start. There's a couple of them that is literally nagging me to start back again. But I think I've had a couple of tough watch throughs. I'll put it that. And those have been, I think, Queen's Blade. I still haven't finished Queen's Blade, even though I started that a long time ago. Mainly because their fights are great, but some of their attacks look like they're actively done just so they can destroy each other's clothing, and that cheapens a fight for me. So that's the only thing that, like, I feel like has really been bad for me. Yeah, because I can't think of straight up letdown. It's hard for me to think of one of those. But if I do, you'll be the first to know.
What anime was better than you expected?
Better than I expected. That time I got reincarnated as a slime. I did not expect that show to go as hard as it did. I just straight up didn't. Like, I thought it was going to be a normal slice of, like, not slice of life, but like a normal isekai. You know, here the build up, here's your storyline. It goes here, it goes there, it goes. Like, I was really surprised for how great that show is to me.
What is the better anime fight scene? What is the best anime fight scene?
Ooh, that's like impossible to answer.
No, it's not.
The best anime fight scene.
Best anime fights.
I'm going to give it to Kenichi versus Odin in the World's Strongest Disciple. Kenichi.
Who is your waifu?
I think I've said this in passing before. I don't simpo for 2D girls like that. But if I have to choose someone, it's going to probably be... Damn, that's hard because I don't care about
Just saying you think it's interesting. I think I just like this.
What was her name? Let's go Hari Bell from Bleach.
The last question.
That Shark Aran card. That's what she was. I think her name was Hari Bell. I don't remember.
Mm-hmm. What's your favorite video game as a child?
As a kid,
You know what? I'm just gonna say, what's your favorite video game that you've ever played?
favorite I ever played was probably God of War 3. Going through and ending an entire pantheon was pretty fun. That and when I played it, I was real into Greek mythology back then, so it was really fun to go through and be like, yeah, Zeus, you're kind of a piece of shit. Let me continue to punch your face in until the entire screen is red and I can still hear that I'm punching you in the face.
Oh, wow.
That's great. As a child, I'll probably go Army of Two because I played that with my brother, and that's the only person I would play Army of Two with. It was really fun, and that's it.
That was.
I liked it. I didn't play the last one, but I think we played the first two.
Well, man, that's it. That's all the questions. You knocked them jokers out.
I'm really sitting here going, I was like, I watched something that was a letdown. What was a letdown? Like, since that question hit, I was like, there's something in here that I was like, man, I could have definitely done without that. And you know what? For those of you that don't do this, because I don't know, maybe I'm weird. I have a note. I have 2 notes in my phone. One note is an anime watch list. of stuff I'm gonna watch later, and then there's a note of stuff that I have watched. That way I can go back later and see if they recently got a new season or something like that. Because not everything gets advertised.
No.
So I'm going to take a quick moment and I'm going to look at now my watch list. It's not everything that I've watched. That's ridiculous, and I could not even begin to like actually go through and get all of that. But so many bangers on here though. That's crazy.
Well.
Yeah, I'm going through and I'm like, yeah, I liked you. You were good.
Man.
You were good. This list is not short either.
No, it's not, but at the same time, yeah.
You know what? I'm going to give it to, at this point, Trigun.
Trigun?
Yeah. A lot of people are really, really high on Trigun. It might be because of how late I watched it. I watched Trigun like for the first time like last year, and it didn't hit. The story was weak to me. Their fight scenes were okay for a gun like anime, and then like I think part of the reason it was so bad to me because I watched Cowboy Bebop like right before it, and I know they came out around the same time, so I'm like, Trigun, you were airing the same time as Cowboy Bebop, and you were getting smashed. And Hellsing like was out around the same time, and they were like big on guns. So I'm like, and I watched Hellsing, and I watched Cowboy Bebop, and I was like, and then I watched Trigun, and I was like, you whack in comparison, like, and I finished you, and I was like, it didn't get better. Like you were aliens and came down, and then you had to kill your brother because your brother was an egotistical maniac who wanted to murder people because he was a better alien, and it was just like. Yawn.
Well, with that being said, Jordy has so many.
This list is long as hell. I should have numbered this shit.
Very, very long. We're going to end this questionnaire. We thank you, Jordy, for taking time to answer all these questions. Till next time, this is Unauthorized Media. Like, subscribe. Pieces.